The iLLANOiZE app is available now on Apple and Google Play Store. Download the app, get the latest news, stream our podcasts, watch interviews, and listen to iLLANOiZE Radio live. Download the app right now.
One thing I do want to bring up, I like the fact that Herb is...
Big shout out to Herb.
Yeah, since he was diagnosed with PTSD, he's offering, therapy for over 150 kids.
Yep.
And I think that's really dope because...
Huge.
That's beyond dope, in all honesty. I think that's one of the most human things we've seen him do. And I'm not saying that, he's not human, but it's oftentimes when you hear celebrities or just people speak out about mental illnesses, it's very rare that they're going to go offer that service. And for him to offer that service to over 150 kids,
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's helping a lot.
That's
of people.
helping a lot of
Big
people.
blessing.
You know what I'm saying? And think about how many kids will actually benefit from getting therapy this young. You know what I'm saying? And not having to get to the point of, really struggling with PTSD like Herb does. So I think that was real dope for him to do.
I think
that
it's
was
the urge
great.
of us getting the kids out there to go do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
and I think he's the right
thing,
person to even send that message to. I think I would love to see her really take this PTSD stuff and just do more with it, in all honesty, because I think he's making mental health okay to be talked about in spaces that they haven't been talked about before. In the hood, y'all was not talking about PTSD for real before. You know what I'm saying? So I think now that he's opened up that door, it's just creating the opportunity for people that never knew about this stuff to be educated. Y'all just not paranoid and tweaking. You've been dealing with PTSD your whole life, because you've witnessed some stuff you wasn't supposed to see. So
I'm happy he really
shout out
using
to
his
her
platform.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's using his platform for the greater good. He
Yeah.
can easily take that and go invest back into himself.
Yep.
And go do
Easy
something.
go get a chain,
or
go get
fuck
some
off the
OG
money,
Phazos. But no, he's taking that bread and he's doing
Hey, you know what I
something
just thought about?
positive.
You remember that year that Ari brought him 100 pair of G Phazos? I want to know if he still owns any of them.
Probably throw them all away.
If he's
He
still...
probably donated
And
them.
he probably got
But
them
I'm
shoes
not-
on
I
right
think it was
now.
something on his Instagram when he gave them all away or something like that. It was
I
a
don't
few
remember
months ago.
that.
It was some shoes. He had a bunch of shoes. And he's like, I'm finna give all
But
these
I remember
away.
Ari brought him 100 pair of
Yeah.
G Phazos. So I'm like, what do you need 100 pair of the same shoes for? So do you just wear
Yeah.
one and then never again?
She brought her 100 pair of G Phazos, and then Moneybag Yo brought her a Lamborghini truck.
Yeah, so it came back full circle for her.
I was about to say.
When you do a good deed, it always come back to you.
But no, real talk though. Shout out to G Herbo for doing what he can to help out the city and Chicago in general, because it's needed. It's needed. I feel like it'll be a domino effect. You never know. Each one teach one, each one touch one. Not don't think out the box.
We're not
Okay,
touching y'all like
thank
that.
you.
We
But
figuratively
definitely,
speaking.
each one touch one. I feel like with other artists seeing what Herb do, it'll open more doors of opportunity for other artists to step up and utilize their money, and just bring good to the city, because that's what's needed. So big shout out to Herb.
As it should, though.
I was told this when a long time ago, and the guy was like, the same ones who's tearing up the neighborhoods will be the same ones to rebuild the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the older we get, the more we learn, the more we want to help. It's all about do you have the resources to help? Herb has the resources to help, and you're gonna see more of him doing what he can. And I think he's gonna be the front runner in the change of what's coming in Chicago for the future.
He set an example, because think about how many people before him could have done something. Could have done something, and not even just what he did, but could have done something and did nothing.
Just done something, yeah.
Just saying just done something. And I think that's a lot of the problems.
Speaking
A lot of
about-
times it's people get out, and not even just speaking of Chicago, but people get out their hood and then forget to come back to their hood to do something. I'm not saying you got to go be a neighborhood hood hero, but you never know if you walk down your block, what you may see, what you feel like you can change very easily that could really change somebody else's life.
That's the Libra.
I feel like if you gonna make it out the hood, then you need to go back and show other people that it's ways out the hood other than to be doing the shit that's been leading us in the same cycles that we've been dealing with
That's
for
always been a problem from
years.
doctors to lawyers to police officers to just anybody that did something outside of music, entertainment, and sports. We don't get those people who make it to be judges, and who done stuff out, dentists who's nobody know no dentist in the hood. I don't know nobody that's a doctor. I don't know nobody that's a lawyer. There ain't no firefighters coming, stopping, pulling over the truck and talking to the shorties in the playground.
right.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So it's all about giving back, whether it's time, you know what I mean, and hollering at these shorties. Because
really-
you want to make them grown. you want to talk to them when they 18 or 19 and they ain't trying to hear that shit.
And I think it also too, not to cut you off, Biko, but I think it's also important too, like that black people start building senses of communities again. Like literally, like it used to really be the whole block was your mama. You know what I'm saying? Your friend mama was your mama. Your neighbor mama was your mama. If anybody mama saw you doing something you weren't supposed to be doing, best believe word was getting back to your mama. You probably wasn't gonna get 3-4 whoopings, you know, by the time you didn't get home, because everybody that saw you act a fool. So I think in a lot of cases, even if it's not disciplining our children like that, but I think we do just have to be like, we just got to care about each other more. I think we've kind of gotten to a space where don't nobody care about each other. Everybody's so for themselves. And while it's important to be for yourself, we're not on the face of this earth to just be for ourselves. Like, we're here to be with each other and interact.
Selfless.
You know, and be selfless at some point. So in certain situations, like, I think we need to start reestablishing those type of like habits and like real communities within our own communities. Like, we don't have that sense of community anymore.
I agree. And we actually gonna get into a music break. I got G Herbo coming your way with PTSD featuring Chance the Rapper and Juice WRLD.